Karusakant100 suggested this stupid boss battle. This viewer writes, I'm still gunning on the stupid final boss battles from Metal Gear for the NES. The Metal Gear computer is easily one of the most insultingly easiest bosses of all time. That makes the T-1000 battle from T2 for the Game Boy look complicated by comparison. Big Boss is no better at all. All he does is run up and down and barely attacks you. He's not what I call an epic final boss. He acts more like a chicken with his head cut off. I really recommend those bosses to you, Film and Stuff. Although I agree about the computer, I don't think Big Boss is as bad as you make him out to be. But I'll cover that more in the review. Simply put, the computer fight is one of the lamest boss battles ever, and it sullies an otherwise classic game like Metal Gear. So anyway, let's get into it. Stupid boss battles, Metal Gear for the NES, the computer, and Big Boss. My complaints about this boss battle start in the room before the computer. As in other parts of the game, you have to run across an electrified floor. But unlike other parts of the game, you can't just shut the goddamn floor off by destroying a control panel. So instead, you have to run across the floor and take damage. This is totally wrong and unfair. They could have done something much better than this. Like put the control panel in a hard-to-reach spot. But no, they decided to be cheap. Fuckers. And if you're out of rations, you have to go back and get some more. Otherwise, you're fucked. Even if you have enough, though, you can still die. Fail to access the inventory screen fast enough, and you're dead. Once you get past this awful part and into the computer room, 4 soldiers attack you. But they can be easily dispatched with one of your guns. And guess what? They're the greatest threat in this battle. That's right, these 4 guys. Next you face a defenseless computer. One question. Where the fuck is Metal Gear? Why am I facing off against Colossus from the Forbin Project? Whose bright idea was this? It's like the AVGN said in his Metal Gear review. Why call a game Metal Gear if you can't fight the damn thing? It would be like calling a game Metroid and then not letting you fight any fucking Metroids. It's ridiculous. The biggest what the fuck moment though is the lack of defenses for the computer. The most important piece of equipment in outer heaven, and they only have 4 fucking soldiers guarding it! Yes, I know there's a bunch of defenses around it, but it still doesn't make any sense. You mean to tell me that they couldn't have equipped the computer with miniguns, or a missile launcher, or a laser cannon, or put a shield in front of it? No, we're just gonna put 4 guys in the room and hope no one ever breaks in. Furthermore, what kind of fucking asshole programs a boss who doesn't attack you at all? Were they trying to be fucking cute? At least in the MSX version of Metal Gear, you actually got to fight the damn thing. And it had lasers protecting it. But here in the NES version, you get nothing. You don't even get to see it. This so-called boss battle could be one of the laziest I've ever seen. You just walk up and plant 16 plastic explosives on the computer. And why 16? Why not 12? Or 4? Or how about 1? Wouldn't that be enough? Hell, why can't you just shoot the fucking thing with your guns? Oh, who the fuck knows? You don't even have to put the explosives in a certain pattern like in the MSX version. Admittedly, that was stupid too. But at least it added some challenge. Even if they couldn't have replicated the MSX version of the boss battle perfectly, they still could have found a way to have you fight Metal Gear. They could have had you drop grenades on it from above, or fire missiles at it from a long distance. So of course they don't do that. They opted for the lazy route. Good job, guys. So you plant the explosives and destroy the computer. Wow, what a thrill. This is about as exciting as popping a pimple on your ass crack. Once the computer's gone, a timer activates and you have to escape the base. So the game finally decides to add some conflict. Talk about too little, too late. Why couldn't they activate the timer when you enter the room? Heaven forbid I should actually feel a little pressure while playing this game. Anyway, you go to the next room and Big Boss reveals that he's the main bad guy, yada yada yada. Now Karusakant slammed him, but I don't think he's actually that bad of a boss. And why, you might ask? Well, for one thing, he actually fucking attacks you! 2, he doesn't stand still. And 3, the timer actually adds some tension to the battle. The only flaws in this battle are that Big Boss is too easy and his pattern is too predictable. Other than those issues, he's really not a bad boss. After hitting him with a few rockets, he's finished. From there, you have to escape the base. But you have to choose from one of 3 doors. Of course they would throw something cheap like that in there! Go through the left door and up the elevator in time, and you win the game. However, the middle and right ones are dead ends. Go in either one of them and you'll probably get blown up and lose the game. As for the ending, it's not that great, but at least it's fair. What I mean is that it concludes the story in a satisfying manner. Which is more than I can say for Snake's Revenge. Bottom line, the computer is one of the weakest bosses in any NES game. And they should have nixed the idea and had you actually fight Metal Gear like in the MSX version. So in conclusion, don't call your game Metal Gear and not let us fight the damn thing. That is such a dirty, lousy cheat. This is Film and Stuff signing off. Thanks for watching. This is about as exciting as popping a pimple on your ass crack.